G'day, guys, and welcome to the Centre Bounce for the final iteration of the drive home. It is grand final week, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome one, welcome all. Jez will be with us shortly. Hope you're all doing well. Hope you're all excited. Public holiday tomorrow, long weekend. You gotta love it. Langy, how we doing, man? Hope you're doing well. Were you on the Lions or on the Cats? I forget. Remind me, Langy, where you stand at the moment in relation to what's going on. But let's go. Yes, Causa. Let's go. G'day, Big J.
What's up?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much. Just getting hyped because it's grand final weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Snoop Dogg in the house.
Yep.
D-O-double-G. Loving it. Super excited. I'm really keen. Did you see his interview? It is the most cliched thing I have ever heard in my life.
What did he say? Australia's good. Glad to be here. Thanks for the money. I touched the kangaroo. It was exciting. What else did he say?
He basically said all those things. Yes.
Oh, well, there you go.
I'm telling you, as cliched as it is, that is what he did. He's the most cliched thing ever, but I'm all for it. I'm a big fan. He said he's going to be singing a lot of some old stuff, which is pretty cool. So I imagine there's going to be a drop it like it's hot, and you know the MCG going to be buzzing.
But that's the opposite of what you want to do in the AFL. You don't want to drop it like it's hot. You want to mark the ball. So hopefully the players don't listen to it too loudly.
100%. You're on Brisbane with Rayner for the Norm Smith. I mean, it's
nice.
I feel like if Brisbane win, maybe
Rayner in my I put Rayner in my finals team.
Oh, I haven't even looked at that. If the Lions win, you'd think Rayner has a big hand to play. You'd also think maybe someone like a Bailey could potentially be really big in that as well. But yeah, Rayner's a big time goal kicker for sure. What are you looking? What's your team looking like for finals? I'm going Zorko and Wilmot in the back line. I had McCluggage. I've taken McCluggage out because chances are he's going to get tagged. I'm going to go with Holmes because I think that the Cats are going to win, and I reckon Max Holmes is the one who's going to win the Norm Smith. The Rucks are crap. I'm just going to go Blitzarves.
Are we going to have the same team again? Because I literally have every player you've just mentioned. I went Paddy Dangerfield.
Yeah, forwards, I'm going to go Bailey and Dangerfield.
Mm.
And then so my team is Zorko, Wilmot, Dunkley, Smith, Holmes, Blitzarves, Bailey Smith, Paddy Dangerfield. Now I'm trying to think who I'm going to have in my flex. Probably maybe Will Ashcroft. Grand final day tends to be a big day for outside mids. So I'll go maybe Will Ashcroft. And there we go. I think that's what I'm going to do with my team. How are you, Henry? Hope you're doing well, my friend. Let's go Geelong. There you go. Someone on the Geelong.
There you go. Dangerfield. Do you think he retires, Joe? If he wins another one, do you think he retires? Or does he go around again?
Look, he might go around again.
He's going to do a Joel Selwood. Do a Joel Selwood and then retire on grand final day. I could see it happening. He's getting pretty old.
I think he's expressed a desire to keep going.
Okay.
Can Dangerfield do it 2 weeks in a row? I mean, surely they put him on ball. They have to. You have to put him on ball again after that incredible performance last week. So I'm going Atkins and Archie, says Causa. Oh, Cal Archie. He's a good player. Atkins is also a very good player too. Wouldn't we all wish we had an Atkins in our team?
No, I'm good.
You don't want Atkins?
Bro, I got a Harry Sheasel. I don't need an Atkins. I'm good.
Classic North Melbourne. Classic North Melbourne answer. We've got Harry Sheasel. We don't need any other player to play any other defensive position. Absolutely.
Nah, it's Sheasel by himself. Him and his 54 touches every week will be right.
You reckon? Worried Ashcroft could get tagged?
Probably.
Is Ashcroft the tag risk or is it McCluggage? I mean,
look,
why would they go away from what they know?
If I was Geelong, I would just go tag Lachie Neale, to be honest. I would just be like, Neale, you've come back. The rest of us we can tackle. You're the unknown. Here's a tag. That's what I would be doing. Lachie Neale every day of the week, especially with him not being 100%. Like, it is the best nullification of a player that you can go and pick on the guy that's just come back from injury. Like, yeah.
Or you just simply say, you've come back from injury, you are probably underdone, and we don't need to tag you because we reckon you're a little bit under the weather anyway. And that's sort of what happened the first time they played. Didn't he come back? He came off a calf, played his first final, and they didn't even bother tagging him because they knew that he was underdone, essentially. So I don't think they'll tag Dunkley. I don't think they'll tag Neale, should I say. They're going to probably... I don't know why Geelong would not just tag McCluggage again. It worked so well for them the first time around. And then it becomes a question of how well Brisbane adjust to that. What sort of lessons have Brisbane learned from that tagging experience? And the thing is, the Cats... they're good enough. They can switch the tag to someone else if need be. So I think they should just go back to tagging McCluggage. He's the class accumulator on the outside who does some really important work. And they shut him down and they shot a lot of that ball movement. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I don't think Ashcroft gets tagged. I'm not sure Will Ashcroft gets tagged. But Chris Scott, he sees the game differently. Joe, Geelong's going to win. Good to see you, Muzzy. Go the Cats. Well, why do you hate Brisbane so much? Is it because of Danaher and Draper? Is that why you're so anti-Brisbane, Muzzy?
And almost
oh, no, Ridley's staying. Ridley's staying. I mean, I told you all along Ridley was staying, and then the news came out that Ridley is staying. Hey, guys, just finished making curry pies. 6 of them. Beautiful. Sounds good, Mark. Here's a grand final on. Okay, Cats. All right, all on the Cats. I think the Cats are the favourites last I checked. Tag Rayner. No, I wouldn't tag Rayner. If you're going to tag a forward for Brisbane, you want to tag Zach Bailey. I think Zach Bailey was given absolutely zero respect by Collingwood. Zero respect by Collingwood in that prelim. And they were just letting Zach Bailey run through the stoppage completely unopposed. I really think they need to put it... No, it's not Rayner. Rayner's too strong one-on-one anyway. I would have someone going with Bailey if you had to tag someone. I think Bailey. At least North not going for Jamara. Good. Happy for you guys.
I would have 100% gone for him. I mean, I don't know. This club just does my head in. Does my head in, Joe.
Don't go for him. Why would you go for Jamara, bro?
He's just a good, talented player that can play up forward. I think Darling probably doesn't have that long left. Larky needs one or two others that can stick around, and maybe that pushes a Trembath to the bench. But I think just like we need some high-profile players at the club. I mean, hopefully, the only problem we would have is kind of what happened with Taron Thomas and stuff. But if you could go in and back in kind of his ability or the club's ability to turn him around, which admittedly is pretty much non-existent. But if we had that, then you could say, cool, no worries. So, yeah.
No, I think it's better to stand on principle than on talent and on ability. Personally, Jamara looks like he's gone too far, man. His baggage is way too heavy to carry, way too heavy to bear. I wouldn't want it for your team.
I'm very happy with our acquisition of the Box Hill coach, heading up strategy. I think he's assistant of strategy or something at North Melbourne now, which is very interesting. At least backing up Clarko and whatnot. I mean, we saw Sam Mitchell come from a similar type of position, and now how good he is. So, not saying he's going to be the next Sam Mitchell, but you listen and you go and watch some of the way that this guy speaks to the players. He really knows what he's talking about. So North have done very, very well grabbing him. And there's been even some murmurs, Joe. I know that Adam Simpson was somewhat penciled in for the new job if Clarko wasn't going to be around, but I could totally see a world where once Clarko retires, this guy jumps into the position. So, yeah, he's definitely got the pedigree. He's got the know-hows and knows what he's doing. So, yeah, very, very good acquisition there, I think.
Very nice. Love to see it. I know we're rumoured to be really close to getting Ken Hinckley, perhaps.
So silly. Did you see what the reports were, though? It was like, the job that he'd be going for would mean that he can just, like, pencil it in, and every couple of days he can fly from Adelaide to Melbourne and then back again. And it's just like, bro, like, he's not even getting it. So.
That is what Essendon is offering.
I know, but, like, he would just be, I won't live in Melbourne. I'll just, like, catch a plane every couple of days and then come back again. And I'm like, mate, like, sure,
his family's in Adelaide. All his family's in Adelaide. It just goes to show. Nah, man. It goes to show how much he's being respected by Essendon. That you don't have to uproot your family. You don't have to uproot anything. We'll just organize. You can still living in your house. You don't have to buy a new house. You can just continue to live your life, your comfortable life with your family, and we'll just organize for you to fly in here for your 2-3 days, however long you're here, and then you can go back. And the benefit is the hangar is basically 2 minutes away from the airport anyway. So it's all about the convenience for him of we can work around you and your life, but we just want your expertise. We want your experience to help move this club forward. I don't think it's ridiculous. I think for me, it's a wonderful sign of respect to him. This is how much we value you, and that is an option that other clubs haven't given him. And that's a point of difference that could be a winning factor to get him to the Bombers. And for me, I'm all for it. I'm all for it personally.
Fair enough. See what happens, I suppose.
Drunkly. Is that on purpose there, Mark? Drunkly in your flex. I'll show you my team, I suppose. Let me move it across. So I've gone with Wilmot Zorko. I've got Dunkley, Holmes, Smith, Ashcroft. I've gone with the Blixarves in my ruck. And I am going with Bailey and Dangerfield, even though I am concerned that Bailey cops a tag, but I really don't care. I just love Zach Bailey.
What do you feel like, if any, the loss of Tom Stewart's going to have on Geelong? Do you feel like they're going to really struggle, or they're going to be okay, or what's going to happen? Do you feel like it's like a massive loss for them and they can't cover him, and then they'll be in big trouble, or what?
I don't think they're going to be in big trouble necessarily. I think having Tom Stewart is definitely better than not having Tom Stewart.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I don't think that it is necessarily the be all and end all that he's there, because even when he was out there on the field against the Hawks, Hawthorn were all over him and were killing him. And then when he went down with the injury, you thought, oh, this is not looking good. But they actually ended up playing better after he went out. And they started to play Max Holmes off half back. And they ended up playing a very good game. So I don't think necessarily just losing a player is going to be the be all and end all. It all depends on what happens in the midfield.
Yeah,
it's all a midfield battle. How good? How much on it? Were you saying something?
A little bit different if, like, Brisbane, Harris Andrews, compared to Tom Stewart.
Oh, yeah. Harris Andrews is the cornerstone of Brisbane. If Harris Andrews is out of the game, if Harris Andrews is out, or if he's tagged, someone else, Harris Andrews is really the glue for this team. So many times he has saved their ass single-handedly with a cool, calm intercept mark or a cool, calm spoil. He is vital to them. Harris Andrews to Brisbane is a lot more vital than Tom Stewart is to Geelong. For sure. No comparison, in my opinion. Midfield battle: Atkins, Holmes, and Smith versus McCluggage, Lockie Neal, Ashcroft. Oh, you can't forget Dunkley. You need Dunks in there, Muzzy. So Atkins probably plays a defensive role on. So was it O'Shane Mullen who tagged McCluggage last time and did it really well? O'Shane Mullen's a very effective tagger. If not him, then maybe O'Connor. If not O'Connor, then you've got Atkins as well. And Atkins is the big body. So wouldn't be surprised if they tried to do Atkins on Dunkley, or Atkins with. And I don't think they should. I don't think they should tag Lockie Neal. It will be a question to see. It's a real risk that they're playing with Lockie Neal personally. It was Mullen. Yeah, there you go. It was Mullen to McCluggage last time. So I can see it happening again. Why? What if it ain't broke? Don't fix it. Try it again. But yeah, the midfield is where it's all going to be. Watch Geelong use Blix halves to tag Andrews. Man, that's a play. That's a play. That is awesome. They're gonna name Stanley. I'm pretty sure they're gonna name Stanley to go in the ruck, and then obviously Blixarves goes into defense. So maybe he does play a defensive role on Andrews. Best 2A runner on Neal. Make Neal run right. Test
run
the injury.
Make him run 3 ways.
Yeah, possibly, but he could also just blow up in the first quarter. He could do a Pendlebury, for all you know. Maybe you do test him. Maybe you do try and push him, and because you know that maybe he's trained for 10 kilometers, but on the 11th one the calf might go. So it will be a question mark to see. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how Chris plays it. I don't like Brisbane because of Joe Danaher, and also that Brizzy just ate dirty players. They are sore losers.
Oh yeah, because Geelong's no different, Like Geelong's got all the people. Just try and see who Bailey Smith has a punch on with during the game. That's probably the big thing.
Well, yeah, I can see tensions rise for sure.
Oh,
yeah, I don't hate Brisbane because of Danaher though, Muzzy. I personally have no ill will towards Brisbane. Danaher was dying to leave us anyway. He would have gone the year before to Sydney if we had facilitated that trade. Danaher just really wanted to get out of the footy bubble in Victoria. He really just wanted to go. And so he would have gone to Sydney the year before if we had facilitated the trade. And then the year that he was a free agent, he went to Brisbane. So look, I don't feel bad about Brisbane at all. I don't feel bad that they've got Draper. I just don't like Dane Zorko. That's probably the only thing I have against Brisbane. Danger for Norm Smith. Danger for Norm Smith. Big call. Look, if he plays anywhere near the same way he played last week against the Hawks, then yeah, give it to him. Because that was absolutely ridiculous. Jeremy Cameron for the Norm Smith. Gee, when was the last time a key forward won the Norm Smith? Let me go to Twitter and ask Grok. When was the last time a key forward won the Norm Smith? I know obviously Bobby Hill won it, but he's a small forward.
Hey, I'm back.
Hello. When was the last time? Oh no, I don't want expert. I want fast. When was the last time a key forward won the Norm
Never.
Smith medal in the AFL Grand Final? Browsing Wikipedia. This is supposed to be fast thinking. Normally there'd be an answer by now. 1989. The last time a key forward won the Norm Smith was in 89, when Gary Ablett Sr. received it in a losing grand final effort against Hawthorn. He kicked 7 goals and had 27 possessions. No key forward has won since. Wow. That's unreal. So, yeah, if Jezza Cameron wins it, he would be in absolute rare air if Jeremy Cameron was to win it.
He would need to have a monster game. Like 5 goals, I don't think would be enough. He would literally probably have to have 6, 7, 8, maybe even 9, Joe, to be like, yep, okay. Like a 30-touch 1-goal game from a Dunkley or an Ashcroft or something, or a Paddy Dangerfield compared to that, and then they wouldn't select him.
Brizzy won. Brizzy win. Callum ass sneeze. Oh my God, Muzzy, that's pretty funny. If Brizzy win, you reckon Callum Archie wins the Norm Smith?
Oh,
I like Archie, but I don't think he's high profile enough.
Yeah. He'd need to have a really good game.
Essendon is willing to give Peter Wright to North. What? In what? Why?
For Dersma.
Oh, wait, is that what the rumor is going around?
No, it's not going to happen. We did we just recontracted CCJ. I don't think we're going to get Peter Wright, unfortunately.
Yeah, but if you had to choose between Peter Wright and CCJ, you'd pick Peter Wright, wouldn't you?
Well, Peter Wright's currently fit, so
he's a rucking forward.
Well, there you go, Joe. We should have just kept Teakle.
Nah, Peter Wright's better than Teakle. Hey, Uncle Akka, how are you, mate? Peter Wright, 3 votes. Get around us. North should definitely have a crack at Buku. Good age, swingman. But yeah, as Langy says, he's already nominated Carlton. So
yeah, I don't know if he plays in our team, to be honest. I think he's a good player, but there would be too much reliance on him, and I don't think it's the right fit for us. Maybe if we didn't have a Trembath kind of thing coming through and have the capacity to do some stuff. But I think going after like a pure defender like Jai Sarong is a better position for us than someone like Buku. I would love Sarong. If we picked up Jai Sarong, I'd be happy.
Apparently we're after him as well.
Yeah, I think a lot of...
the
problem with the AFL... I'm sorry to cut you off, Joe. The problem with the AFL is just when someone becomes available, after competition decides, oh, yeah, we're going after him. So more like being sneaky or having someone automatically nominate you before the news comes out than anything else, really. it kind of just doesn't work out very well.
Also, another thing, because this just reminded me now on the screen, Darren Burgess is going to Juventus FC as the director of performance.
Yeah, I saw that. Pretty good, hey?
Yeah, as Scooter says here, I can see now why the Bombers wasn't an option. That is unbelievable. He's going to Juventus.
I mean, he was at the Lakers before Adelaide, right? So he's definitely got the pedigree of being there.
He really is world class. He really is world class. That is unreal. Now I wanted to go to Cal Toomey, I think. I think Cal Toomey tends to tweet. Brian, freaking Snoop Dogg, I'm so excited. Luke Power. Luke Power. Hey, Carlton fans. Langy. Tatum. Tatum in here as well. Oh, hi, Tatum. Good to see you, man. Look at this. Luke Power has gone to the Doggies. They created the role for him. Interesting.
Who's going to the Doggies? Sorry, I just missed that part.
What's his face? Luke Power, who was an assistant coach at Carlton, has gone to the Dogs as their new head of development.
It's a shame he didn't go to Port Adelaide. Make more sense.
Well, he was an ex-player there.
Well, I mean, just the name, you know.
I could have sworn I saw a tweet somewhere. Oh, it might not have been Cal, but apparently we're also into Sarong. We're trying to get into Sarong's good books too.
It wouldn't surprise me, as I said. Like once a player becomes available, especially now before the trade period starts, half a dozen players, half a dozen teams are just like, yeah, cool, we want him. So the problem that North's always had, where we've had initial discussions with someone and someone else higher up on the ladder, maybe they come in and offer like $50 more, and then we'll go to you guys instead. So it's a bit annoying, but that's just the league, unfortunately.
Yeah. Young Hawk and on Rivals note, North Melbourne and Essendon among the clubs weighing up a move for Jai Sarong. Yeah,
he's a good player.
He'd be good. He won the. I think he was best on ground in the final game of the year, and then last year, I think he was the centre half back of the VFL. So yeah, very good, very, very good. Yeah, I know he was announced to be gone. I was just giving you a heads up that where he has gone to is all I was doing. Essentially, Michael. Oh, hi, Mike.
What's up, Michael?
On the Lions is Michael. There you go.
Yeah.
A non-Victorian betting against a Victorian team. You love to
like that. That's I just think the thing versus Brisbane that the thing versus Geelong that Brisbane has is just they can just turn the game on. We've seen it in the game last week. They weren't winning. They just came out of nowhere and then basically won the game. So I have a feeling that could end up happening. It's a bit rough.
Yeah, I don't think he came out of nowhere last week.
Well, I mean, they came out basically half time and it was like, oh shit, half time. Now we're going bang. So I could totally see something like that happening again, where it's like, oh, half time, we're not winning so much. Cool, let's just go bananas. It could happen.
I just feel like in reality, for the most part, this game was a Brisbane Lions game, but Collingwood just had a period of momentum in the second quarter that was always bound to run out. Essentially, when you don't get to be a Final Four team without being good enough to capitalize on momentum for a period. But I just felt like for the most part, this game was a game that was pretty heavily controlled by the Lions. It just taking uncontested marks at will. If anything, it wasn't being put on the scoreboard, but like Collingwood couldn't miss for a period of time. I think they were 7 set shots straight before they finally missed one, and then became 7-1. Whereas the Lions really gave up some really gettable shots. I mean, there were 2 in a row, one from Lohman and one from Rayner, back to back, simple, straightforward snap round the corner, and they both missed it in the exact same way. So I think this was a game in the end that did flatter the Pies a little bit in terms of the scoreboard. I think it was just really a domination in terms of how the game was played, the setup, the control. I don't think Collingwood were able to, for extended period of times, be able to stop the Lions' ball movement, which was all uncontested marks, just kicking through them. I'm looking at this, I'm like, where's the pressure? How is this a prelim final? This is bizarre to me.
I just love all those clips of Nick Dacos falling over after he tries to tackle someone. Made my day, Joe.
Take a shot every time a Nick Dacos tackle is broken.
And it was just like he did it, and then he'd complain. He'd put his hands up, being like, "Oh my gosh, like what happened? Where's my free kick?" I'm like, "Mate, you just fell over. Like, settle down."
Yeah, 100%. I mean, look at their efficiency inside 50. That was always going to be a problem. I mean, how coming back for his first game, obviously underdone.
Being out at the start definitely didn't help.
Yeah, exactly. Pendle's being done, very early in the piece, so they didn't have fresh legs to activate at the end. And they're a great mix in that forward line. Charlie Cameron started to get involved. So Cameron, Archie, Rayner, Bailey. Again, Bailey given zero respect, just able to run through at will, unopposed. So, yeah, they have a lot of issues defensively, the Pies.
And that's why I think Brisbane's my team, basically, to win. It's just that they have multiple avenues and multiple threats across the board, and they're really tough to beat. So,
They are. These are the 2 best teams in it. This is going to be an amazing grand final. These are Brisbane and Geelong absolutely are the 2 best teams in it. They're the 2 that should be in the grand final. They're the ones that have the experience in playing in the big games. They're the ones with probably the best coaches in the league as well. And they play genuine final style of football. For me, the reason why I'm leaning with the Cats is because I think the magic number was 100 marks. If you can get Brisbane to take less than 100 marks, you win. Whereas every time, I think they're 9 for 9. If the Lions take over 100 marks, they win them all. They've won all of those games. So, and I can see of all the teams that can execute a really good front half turnover pressure game that runs, and also the Lions aren't as good at stopping transition as the Cats are, and we know that the Cats are a very strong running team. So those 2 factors for me, obviously the underdone nature of Lachie Neale as well. For me, my head is telling me it's a Geelong win. My heart, I'd love for Fagan and the Lions to win. Personally, I've got nothing against Brisbane. I'd love for them to win again. Stuff the Cats. They've won so many times. I don't really necessarily want them to win, but in my head, I think it's the Cats.
Okay.
Danger is 8-1 for the Norman. For Norman, 8-1. There's some more bigger bodies for Brisbane.
Look, there's a world where 100% they just give it to him if he has a half decent game. I mean, we saw times when Basher Hooley didn't get it, where other people didn't get it, where people who we thought got it weren't going to get it, but they got it. Like, not talking about rigged, but it's somewhat rigged, right? So, similar to the Brownlow and other things, the umpires definitely have a big input in who gets selected and who doesn't. And, yeah, there's definitely a narrative going across. So, can totally see a world where some people get a selection, others don't.
Yeah, there is a bit of romanticism for sure. You would imagine, especially if Danger was to retire.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what a great way to send off your career, winning a flag and winning a Norm Smith. But of course, it's not going to be gifted to him. He has to win it. And I think the question mark will be: can he go back-to-back weeks at 35 years of age? Can he pull up and do again what he did last week? Can he put that super cap on, the Superman cape one more time? That's the question.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Bailey, 4 goals and 25 disposals for the Norm Smith, or Lachie Neale. I couldn't go Lachie Neale. If my tip was, I think you already know this, Tatum. My tip, if the Lions do win, it goes to Zach Bailey for me, in my opinion. If the Cats win it, I think it's gone to Max Holmes. 4 goals and 25 disposals is one heck of a performance if that was to happen. 4 goals and 25 in a grand final. Gee whiz, that would be insane. Feels like Walter will come last, bro. Did you see that? There is
who's running?
All right, is it on Twitter? Let's have a look. AFL Grand Final Sprint. Let's see. Has someone tweeted it? Bo McCreary will be doing it. Maurice Rioli will be doing it. Here we go. Thank you, Sench. We love you, mate. So it is Maurice, Jed Walter, Toby Green, Bo McCreary, Nick the Lizard Blakey, Jack Higgins, Murphy Reed, and Harry Garside. He's a boxer.
Why?
I don't know.
Why? Who picks these people?
I don't know.
Are these like the only people that aren't that like maybe they got free tickets so they have to go and do it, Joe? Or they're like everyone else in the AFL's gone on holidays and these guys are the ones that are left. Like, does not feel like the right selection of players.
There is no way, honestly, how Jed Walter does not come last in this. I have no idea.
Might just be really quick. You never know. I mean, Matt Jack Daw did okay the last time he had it before the injury. So,
but Matt Jack Daw was athletic AF. This is Jed the Man Mountain Walter.
I don't know, Drew.
They're going to be halfway through the race before he's taken 3 steps.
Could be.
He's going to be eating their dust, almost literally. So for me, I'm actually amazed that Toby's doing this. I can't believe King Toby Green is doing a grand final sprint. Like, I don't know what they're paying him. They must be paying him to do this. I don't think this is a voluntary thing.
Yeah, they've paid him in get out of free tickets for suspension, basically.
Yeah, suspension discount. Look, it's clearly going to be out of Rioli, McCreary, and Blakey. It's going to be out of those 3.
I don't know how quick Higgins or Murphy Reed is. I feel like they, being small forwardy types, give them 100 meters and they'll be pretty quick.
Yeah, nah. He's good. Like, he's not rapid. He's not slow, but Like, it's going to be out of McCreary, Maurice, and Blakey. I think McCreary probably has the most explosiveness. So I can see McCreary bursting out of the blocks, and then Rioli and Blakey trying to reel him in. But I think McCreary holds on to it. I think McCreary's got it in the bag. In my opinion, it'd be Bo, Lizard. It'll be Bo, Lizard, then Rioli. I think. My take. It's a crazy stat, bro. It's an insane stat. Insane. Oh, wait, he actually kicked 9 goals that day, senior. Whoa.
That's what I'm telling you, man. To be able to do it, you really got to put on a good thing. It's not even just like half and half.
If Danger wins a Norm Smith in the Cats, I'm not sure he can do it too. Exactly. Agreed. Exactly. Jezza is 18-1. Yeah, because I mean we saw the stats. key forwards don't win it. Michael, could Levi emulate his brother and take the Norm Smith home? Yo,
of course it could.
That's a
he's
call.
partly why they're so good. To be honest, there's definitely a world where that happens. 100%. They're just multi-threat players. Just so good, the brothers.
Yeah, I think ultimately what sets them apart from a lot of other players is just how clean they are in terms of its first take and release.
Yeah.
Time after time, regardless of the pressure, they just are able to keep their feet and take the ball first take, and they're gone. That's probably the hardest thing to teach someone. It's that cleanliness of the first take and keeping your feet. They're the masters at it, and they just know where they are. They know where their teammates are, so they have great spatial awareness, almost basketball-esque. But they also have that cleanliness, which is incredible. Levi Ashcroft. Let's have a look at his stats the last few games. See how he's ended this season. All right, so he's been averaging. So he's had 14 disposals at 71 efficiency. He's getting a third of the CBAs. The week before, he had 15 disposals at 80%. This is when they smacked the Gold Coast. In the Geelong loss, he only had the 13 disposals. Only had 52% time on ground. Very low time on ground.
Yeah,
no
sometimes
CBAs
sometimes they get stuck.
With no CBAs either. That's the outlier. Out of all these games, maybe Levi is the secret weapon that Fagan has been keeping in his back pocket. He did not show Chris Scott Levi Ashcroft in the midfield for that game so that he could pull him out. But then again, that was the game where Lachie Neale was playing. The last two games, there was no Lachie Neale. He got a big bump up in CBAs. But now Lachie Neale is back, so I don't know if he's going to get... I'd love for him to get a taste in the grand final, but it will be a tough ask. That game was the best ever individual game in a granny. Ablett, 9 goals, and nearly single-handedly carried Cats to a 40-point comeback win.
There you go.
Was that the game where he had the mark of the century, where he turned in the air and did the one-hander? Buku will get to Carlton. Yeah, the club that you nominate
is typically where you go.
Correct. Yeah. Causa, Jai Sarong and Tyler Young would be gold.
Yeah, I think so as well. A few people not talking much about Tyler Young, but just being able to fix our defensive efforts and things like that. Not having guys like Luke McDonald and Aiden Core and even what's his face? Griffin Logue as automatic must selections in the team. Having more players to cover those guys would be perfect. Both are the right age in terms of demographic and things like that as well. I think Sarong's early 20s, young, similar type as well. So, you want to start to build a team that can play for the future. Both of these guys could literally play for the next 10 plus years in our club if they end up being the players that they've shown have had some success and whatnot with. So, yeah, could work out quite well. It is just coming down, though, Joe, to what we were saying before, about once a club gets a sniff that a player's available, half the league gets a sniff that the player's available, and it makes it really hard to be able to go and get that player there. So, yeah. After competition could now go after Sarong, and is he going to join North or is he going to join the Geelong? If they come calling,
Yeah, I know, right? Give him a farm. What do you guys offer at North Melbourne? So Geelong offer farms. What does North Melbourne offer?
Bro, we don't even have a cafe.
Oh, no.
We don't even have a coffee cart now. We have instant. We probably have better than instant coffee. we've got those like Nescafe pods, like you put in the machine and you put the thing down and then it makes you like that. That's the standard of coffee at North Melbourne. We really don't have much, and I think that's partly part of the problem. Like just the way that North has been set up, we would have to leave to be able to build more facilities unless we like bought land from the council or the surrounds, and I just don't think that's going to happen. Like the club is set up like in a public park almost. So like where are we going to get the land from? There was talk that we were going to buy some land from the Lost Dogs home and stuff, but I think that whole space is stopped now. Yeah, it's tough, man. Rough.
Well, isn't there going to be a new train station opening up soon?
Yeah, like it's just next door. It's basically just next door. So we
can buy him a nice Mikey ticket. Buy him a nice Mikey ticket. A gold plated Mikey ticket.
We just can't compete with like a St Kilda or a Hangar or whatever that can have like just go out to the bush and buy a multi-million-dollar facility because we just don't have the space. Like we would no longer be North Melbourne Football Club. We would be like Werribee Football Club at that point. You know what I mean? So
we moved. We're in Tullamarine now.
Yeah, but at least that's somewhat close to Essendon.
Young was at West Coast this week touring the facilities. Are you nervous?
That's all right. Nah, not nervous. I saw that he was touring there as well. So there's a couple of clubs that are after him. No doubt. I mean, he's an available key defender that at points in time has shown what he needs to do. One-on-one defenders don't grow on trees, unfortunately. So, yeah, wouldn't surprise me if half a dozen clubs are looking.
Do you want to trade for? How about the way we get Dersma is we give you Ben Mackay.
Back again.
I reckon. You reckon? Who says no? Who says no? Ben Mackay for Dersma. Who says no? Oh. Realistically, who says no? How old is Ben Mackay again?
Is he even fit?
He's fit.
Is he?
Yeah, he's fit. Ben Mackay is 27. He's in the prime of his career. One-on-one key defender who's
fit. I really hate that trade. I really hate
Why? You're getting a player who walks straight back into your best 22 in exchange for...
That's why I hate it so much. That's why I hate it. Because it's like, he'd actually do okay, and I know we're after the age profile, but it'd just be like, what's the point of having him and then getting rid of him again?
Hey, you tried, and you're like, you know what? Why not? It didn't work.
It didn't work out. Sorry, mate. Like, back to North Melbourne you go.
Is that, I mean, realistically, who says no to this trade? I think it's a win-win. You know, we get Dersma, who can't play. You get a best 22 player who fills a need in the prime of his career, and yeah, I don't know. I reckon that's a fair deal.
I'll leave that up to Corey if he wants to get him back or not. I refuse to comment on that trade acquisition.
It's disgusting.
Give us like a pick back or something.
No, why? You're getting a ready-made player in his peak, whereas we're getting a player who can't even play for North Melbourne.
You know what the shit thing is? Is that we basically got Dersma for the pick that we spent on Ben Mackay, and then now you're saying trade Dersma back for Ben Mackay.
Try before you buy?
I guess so.
This was the trying period, and now, okay, no, I don't want to buy it. You can go to Essendon. Oh, that's hilarious. Seems like Carlton will have a hard time getting Walker. We'll need like 2 top 10 picks for him. No, I don't think they will. So they're changing the bidding for these father sons and academies based also though on your final position or where you finish. So a bottom 4 team will not have to pay as much as a top 4 team to match bids.
I think you're saying you're assuming that he's going to be bottom 4, Joe. I don't think he thinks that Carlton's going to be
Yeah, I don't think Carlton make the 8 next year. Do you think Carlton make the 8 next year?
Not make the 8, but I don't think they make bottom 4.
No, but I'm just saying, but in terms of your finish on the ladder, it's different scaling based on how much you have to pay to match a bid. So the bottom 4 pays the least, whereas the top pay the most. And I don't think Carlton make the 8 next year, which means that they aren't paying real overs to match that bid. He will 100% be at Carlton next year. Take it to the bank.
I mean, Carlton definitely have enough in terms of trade value as well to actually get rid of the player. Chera could go. Curnow probably gets them something at the end of the year, potentially a couple of futures pick, considering people like Geelong don't actually have selections available. There's definitely ways that clubs like that they can facilitate these type of trades.
And Carlton will be trading out their pick this in anyway. For future picks anyway, so I don't think that's a big deal. Anyone here actually gone to the grand? No, I am not. Never been to a grand final, unfortunately.
I cannot afford it, and
I'd love to one day.
Not yeah, like if North made the grand final, 100%, I'd do it. But yeah, I don't really take pleasure in it.
Very nice, Michael. Very nice. All good. Felt like my check shouldn't have played. Yeah, 100%. My check definitely should not have played. They should have brought in McStay to play instead. 100%. Right. Yeah. Collingwood are rubbish. Yeah, I know, right? A team that made it to a prelim, rubbish. Love you, Muzzy.
Yeah, shit players.
Been funny hearing all the pies mentioning about the non-free kick. It lost by 5. I know, Tatum. It's bellissimo. Chef's kiss. Badilla wants to give him a participation trophy. I know, right? Yeah, McCreary will win it for sure. Toby Green trying to make some coin back for all the yeah, 7. Apparently, the winner gets $7,500. What a race! I know, it's so stupid. He's gone with the lizard, Uncle Akka. With that field, Snoop could win it. Yo, did you see Snoop Dogg kicking goals left and right? That was amazing.
Not bad, hey?
Meanwhile, Jai Menzie for us couldn't kick a goal from freaking 10 meters out directly in front the spud. So, yeah, well done to Snoop.
He'd do all right in an AFLW team.
Who?
Snoop can kick the ball from both sides and do a bunch of stuff.
Why would he play with the women, though?
I don't know, Joe. Just because.
What the hell? I never knew Snoop identified as such.
I don't think.
TOGG. If McCreary doesn't win, watch the Pies complain about a false start.
Well, now that they don't have heats anymore, it's kind of just stuck with the way it goes.
Oh, they always whinge about something. That is so good. I love it. Fuck spelling. Hate, not hard. I know, Mark. It's all right. I love you. Anyway, regardless, never change. Charles. Oh, Charles, big weekend for your Lions. Good luck. How you feeling, man? Nervous? Excited? Optimistic? All of the above? Guys, will Essendon try and bring all the Dersmans to the club? What are the odds?
Look, I think they will. 100%.
Close to 0.
I think they'll try. I don't think they'll get it to happen. Zane might be the hardest one, but then again, you guys also have to go and trade your what is it, like a couple of first-round picks to get Willem before the likes of Gold Coast do. So
no, West Coast taken. West Coast taken at pick 1.
That's what I meant. Sorry, West Coast.
Yeah.
So I think makes sense.
Yeah, no, we're not getting all of them, Mark. Zane is a maybe, apparently, but
yeah, I
could trade would have to be there for North to accept the trade. Would have to be up to North if North like what we're offering. Would have to offer something nice for him because he's a top 5
trade period, I think.
But Willem, there's no chance we get Willem. I don't think, because I think he is by far. I think he's clearly the number 1 pick this year, and it's entirely up to West Coast. If they want to just break that pick into 2, like it might have to be our picks 5 and 6 to get that pick 1 potentially, with some other
I could totally
exchange.
see a world. I could totally see a world where you guys pick up Zane, and maybe in like 2 or 3 years, once Willem's first contract is up, and that kind of happens.
Yeah, he's a diehard Bombers fan. Grew up a Bombers fan. Always, every time you see him, he's in Bombers scarf, coming down to the rooms all the time, obviously to support Big Brother. I know the family wants them to all play together at Essendon, but ultimately it all comes down to their respective teams. Sorry,
you got to be selected, unfortunately.
Exactly.
Randomly show up, say, "Nah, I'm blamed for the other guys. Sorry, boys."
Exactly. Arden Street is a shit place. Still better than Casey Fields.
Yeah, potentially. It's just rough. There's so many things, and I think that's partly why the club has struggled so much to actually get good players across. Has been just the lack of facilities. I mean, we went from like street containers or whatever they're called to having some form of facilities, but it's hard to compete with multi-million like cities almost, or small towns in terms of some of what these other clubs have. So yeah, it's just rough.
Well, Mark's on board with that trade to get rid of Benny Mackay. There you go. Carlton not top 12 next year. There you go.
Interesting.
I want a 77 draw. Collingwood versus North. What am I trying to understand here? I want 77 draw. Collingwood versus North. Please elaborate, Mark. Please. Any of you lads? Oh, you went. Thank you. You went to the 1977 draw. Collingwood versus North Melbourne. Yo, very cool. Very cool, Mark. A drawn grand final. That's rare. And you were there to see it live. That's pretty cool. Any of you lads? No. Never was, unfortunately. Don't give it away. Essendon is signing. Would have to sell the club, Mark. Would have to sell the club to pay a fraction of what he's going to ask for. Boston, how's it going, Boston? Hope you're doing well, mate. Kane is a bane for the grand final. Essendon trades Zach for West. No, we cannot trade the player to a place they don't want to go to, Mark.
Not yet. Maybe yet. Andrew Dillon will change that. I'm not Andrew Dillon, the other guy. You know who I mean. Yeah, but not yet.
Andrew Dillon can't even change his own diapers, let alone freaking improving the league. Good, thanks, bro. As always, much love. What's your tip for the grand final, Boston? Let's have a read what they have to say here. Mega preview. Stats that matter, who wins and why. So this is Martin Pagan, whoever you are. He's giving a tip, Martin. Mr. MP, he's giving his tip. All right, let's have a look and see. Who's the tip? Big call. The Cats are on ominous 8-match winning streak. Yes. We know this. And the Lions are 7 for 8. Yes. All right.
Teams have come out too, Joe.
Excellent.
You can check out our AFLW. I know you've kind of given up, but I'll have a look at that too.
Stats that matter. I don't care. I want your tip. Who's your tip? Prediction. Geelong hardly skipped a beat. Geelong by 3. Yo, if we get a heart stopper like that, that's how you end a year. As long as there's no freaking blowout, that's all we ask for. Grand finals tend to be more prone to the blowout as opposed to the prelim finals. Please, God, do not give us a blowout. We want a game that's going to go right down to the final minute of the game, final seconds. We want a Collingwood-Brisbane grand final. We don't want a freaking... Yeah, but there shouldn't be any thumping. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. All right. Lineups. And no dodgy ump decisions. Yes, blue balls, 100%. And no flopping double free kicks goal on the other side. There's going to be so much spice in this game. So much spice because of what happened in that last game.
Yep.
No seating at the back of the goals at the MCG with the gentleman.
Dog's going to be there.
No, I think he was talking about his experience in 77.
Oh.
Cats by 10. And Bailey Smith for Brownlow. Ooh. Baz. The Baz. All right, lineups. Here we go. Jared Berry out for Lockie Neal and Tom Stewart out for Reece Stanley. Obvious. Yes. Neal in. There you go, Charles. How does that make you feel, Charles? Because of this now, this confirmation, what do you feel? Tell us. Your Lions, do they win or do they lose? What do you reckon happens? Talk to us, mate. I've never experienced what it's like to be in a grand final. With guys in front of us with a full garage bin of beer at halftime, they were asleep, so we helped ourselves. Oh, good to see you, Boston. Thanks for dropping by, mate.
Sorry, mate.
That's hilarious. They had a full garage bin full of beer and they fell asleep, so you helped yourselves, bro. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Excuse me.
Poor Buse. Why is he poor Buse? Why poor Buse? Just because he's an emergency. What about poor Ollie Henry? He was homesick. He wanted to leave Collingwood, because he was homesick. He wanted to go back home. So he asked for the trade to go to Geelong to then miss out on playing in the grand final.
There you go.
I'm so evil for laughing at that. But seriously, that was the weakest thing. Seriously, how soft and weak was that? Ollie Henry asking for a trade to Geelong because he wanted to go back home. Are you kidding me? That was pathetic, in my opinion. Hart says Lions. Very nervous. Of course you would be. Why wouldn't you be nervous? But you should also be very proud. 3 grand final appearances in a row, man. And your team is still quite young. Still quite a young team. I mean, Zorko's getting up there, but that's fine. You don't really need him. You've got other great kicks to come through. You've got Annabelle coming through now, who's a top 5-6 draft pick as well, that you're going to be able to match the bids on. Ty Gallup has just come out of nowhere and says, yeah, I've played 5 games and I'm a Jet. Don't worry about me. Like Logan Morris, young gun. Yeah, Callum Archie is going to Adelaide apparently. But you guys are just so chock-block full of young talent. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So be proud of your group, man. Regardless of what happens, I'd love for my team to be run at a quarter as well as how Brisbane have been running themselves. So well done, the Lions. 3 years in a row. Insane. Don't like Henry or never. Yeah, exactly. Jeez. Homesick. Yeah, I know. That's why it was the weakest, most pathetic thing in the world, Langy. I'm pretty sure that's what he was saying. Ollie Henry homesick. He was legit homesick. He did not express feeling home. Bullshit. Yes, he did. He wanted to play with his brother. He wanted to go back home and play with his brother. See? Even before the game, who cited homesickness as a reason by his friend requested Geelong, despite living in Melbourne. See? Where is it? Even before the game, the 20-year-old who cited homesickness as a reason behind his trade requested Geelong, despite living in Melbourne, cop boos from Magpie fans when he was introduced on the big screen over the MCG PA system. Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was so stupid. Yeah. Pathetic. I was telling you guys earlier in the year about Tiger Up. There's a great buzz about him. Man, you're all over it. All over it, Charles. I can see why there's such a big buzz about him. I mean, he didn't play that well against the Cats in the qualifying final, but let's be real. I don't think many of them played well in that game either. So you can forgive him. But, you know, he's had in his five games, he's gone 5 disposals against the Hawks, you know, easing his way into it with 67% time on ground. Then he's had 71% time on ground, 8 disposals, 2 tackles, and then against the Suns, 12 disposals, 7 marks, 1 goal, 1. And then last week, he just took the piss. 3 goals, some great marking, 11 disposals, 82% efficiency. Loved the way he went about it. That big pack mark, and then he kicked truly, you know, someone with ice in his veins. That's really exciting. How old is he? 19. Oh, my God. Another one. They found another one, Jez.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Have you ever felt homesick for a place you've never been? It's a very deep question, Uncle Akka. Do I feel homesick about a place where I've never been? I can't say I have. Personally, I've never felt homesick to a place I've never been.
Yep, pretty much.
It's just normal sickness. You've probably got a flu or a bug of some sort. Alrighty. Green ticks everywhere. You love to see it.
Yeah. It's pretty hard not to have green ticks this week, Joe, I have to say.
I know, it was a joke. 'Twas a joke, mate. Just get around us. AFLW, I assume, would have team sheets too now, right?
Yeah, it's popped up. Yeah. There's a couple of players who I've got in my AFLW team that I have had to move around, but it is what it is. L. McDonald from Melbourne getting my team. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes.
Okay. All right. Sydney has swung the changes. All right, let's have a look.
Sorry.
Where are we? All right. Melbourne.
If you do it the other way, Joe, if you do it the other way, you just go matches and then team lineups. It comes out better. It's got all the pictures and stuff.
Sure.
There you go.
All right, thank you. So, for Geelong, Featherston, Julia Crockett-Grills, and Emma Kilpatrick out.
No one really relevant in fantasy, I think.
Nope, nothing relevant there. And then for Melbourne,
a few people have Rigatoni. I always think of pasta when I hear rigatoni, so there you go.
Well, why wouldn't you think of pasta? Rigatoni is a pasta.
There you go. So pasta's back. Salisbury, who also in my team, got kicked off, so I'm a bit sad about that, but at least you won't lose money. So maybe that's a good thing in disguise for me. You guys are going to get smashed, Joe.
Yeah, I know. Emma King, Ricky Wall. Nothing really relevant there. O'Connell, Field, Stockwell. Again, nothing really relevant. Emma McDonald, Howarth, and Atkinson. Cool, no one injured there. Piper Window is back, potentially. This is Sunday, though.
Yeah.
So Piper Window could be back. Interesting. She named on field. Nah, first on the bench.
Sydney's got someone who's out that's pretty devastating for him, I think, for this week.
Really? Morfit? Oh, no.
I think it's just a small injury, but could end up spelling a lot of disaster for them, potentially.
She's the ruck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cronin, Kelly, Liuzzi. But other than that, seems to be okay. Mullins is out. Poppy Bolts. That's a name we haven't heard in a while.
Mm-hmm.
Jodie Hicks. Nothing there. Grace Costa's out again. Emma Swanson in, potentially. Fleur Davies, another name we haven't heard in a while.
There you go.
On the bench too.
Bringing back the old crew, Joe.
Bring back the old crew from last year, exactly.
Yeah.
Joe, forget about going into the North game. The Essendon team have no game plan after the first 3 games. They've fallen apart. They are poor.
Well,
No,
Joey's a bit scared about the rain, so
it's not just rain, bro. It's also thunderstorms. So, if anything, the rain is probably going to be our best defender. Is to try and limit the scoring because it's hopefully going to be a slippery, grimy, crappy affair.
Because North don't know how to tackle, you know.
Well, the whole idea is that the game is just so fumbly and slippery and just repeat stoppages that it doesn't end up being a blowout. And whilst we score maybe 2 points, North Melbourne might score 35 or 40, just due to the conditions. So, if anything, we hope that the conditions are as bad as possible, so that the game can just devolve into shitness and saves us a big score, a big smashing. Because North Melbourne are a juggernaut in the women's.
Pretty good.
Untouchable. All right. So, before we wrap it up, because we've got nothing else to do, I suppose, at this point, seeing as we've covered everything, final tips.
I want Brisbane to win.
Yep. And your Norm Smith tip is?
Back-to-back Will Ashcroft.
Oh, that would be incredible. I actually want to ask, when was the last time that a player... Wait, wasn't it just Dusty Martin? Went back-to-back Norm Smith medals. Pretty sure it was just Dusty Martin, wasn't it? I think Dusty Martin won it back-to-back. Probably. What's your thoughts on putting a roof on the MCG? They are absolute muppets.
Look, I think at some point, if Australia wants to pick up and be the same as other places in the world, where we see a lot of places overseas that have these type of facilities, more roofs the better, because you can always close the roof. So you can always open the roof. You don't have to have the roof closed every so often. But if it allows more people to come in, if they go and revamp the MCG and make it 150,000 instead of 100,000, for example, and they put a roof on, like, is that such a bad thing to now have the grounds and the sporting field bigger? I don't know. So, yeah, I could see a world where that might be okay, but
leave the holy ground alone. You don't need to put a roof on the MCG. You just don't need it. It is an immaculate ground, and even when it rains, the sewerage, the system underneath it, is amazing. It's top notch, best in the world. You've never seen it muddy in recent time in the modern era. It is a brilliant field. You just leave it alone. This whole talk of putting a roof on the MCG, I feel like, is just almost pandering to the general public in terms of we demand a roof on the stadium in Tassie, and therefore it's just like, oh, look, we're even going to do one here in Melbourne as well. So suck it up and put the... No, it's not up for discussion, in my opinion. Leave the MCG alone. We already have a housing crisis. We already have so many issues here. This state is already in ungodly amounts of debt. Ungodly amounts of debt. This state is almost borderline screwed, if not completely and utterly screwed. The last thing we need is forking out all that money on a roof for the MCG, just when it's completely unnecessary. I am so against it. So against it. Burks 15, cheers for the season. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, 100%. We should be in next week, I believe. But after next week, we'll see. Definitely going to jump in for maybe an episode or two throughout the trade period, Joe. Maybe
it wouldn't be live. It wouldn't be live though, would it? Like
potentially, I'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe do like a free agency recap live stream, and then maybe something for the trade period, going over the picks and our selections and things like that. So yeah, see what happens.
Cats by 20. Norm Smith is for Dangerfield. That would be very impressive. They want to get 110,000 cap and play Test cricket more often. 110,000 at the moment. Max capacity of the MCG. MCG maximum capacity is 100,024. How much would that roof cost to fit an extra 10,000 people? I hear that people want to add a roof to the MCG. How much is it roughly how much is it, or how much whatever is the reported cost? And then you can triple it because nothing is ever as priced. $6 billion.
No. Surely.
Are you kidding me? Recent reports from September indicate that retrofitting a roof onto MCG could cost up to $6 billion, making it highly unlikely to proceed. This estimate comes among discussions. But what the hell? So rebuilding the Shane Warne stand cost $1 billion in 2022.
Bonkers.
$5 to $6 billion.
Bonkers money, bro.
To fit 10,000 more people.
Nah. Surely not.
Incompetence knows no bounds in this state. Vic could host the Commonwealth Games for the cost of the roof. Instead, no, we had to cancel it and pay Scotland. We had to pay Scotland to host it because we couldn't, because we cancelled. Like, you just can't make this shit up. I know, it's ridiculous. It's just leave it alone. Leave it alone. Save some money, please.
Yep.
Save some money. We don't need a roof on the MCG. I beg you.
You could. How much would a new stadium cost? Could you just build a new stadium for that $1 billion? Like, surely you have enough money. Like, how much does a new stadium cost?
Well, how much is the?
It's a lot of money.
Well, wait. The Point Macquarie Stadium. How much was that? How much is that? The cost of that?
Not $6 billion. Holy hell!
How much is the reported cost of the Macquarie Point Stadium in Tasmania?
Yeah,
as of 1.13 billion. You could buy
two. Yeah, well, you could build two.
You could buy 5 of them.
Yeah, I know which one I would want. 5
for the price. For the price of a freaking roof.
Yeah, bro, roof's expensive these days, Joe. Tell you what, roof's not cheap. We need
Man,
roof
roof-
seal. He'll fix it.
Yeah. Roofs are overrated, bro. Are you kidding me? Like, it's 1.13 billion, but yeah, I don't know. And yeah, stupid Tasmania. If Tasmania stuff this up,
to be honest, I don't think they want an AFL club. I think that was something that was pushed on them by the AFL. They're more than happy with their cricket team, with their basketball team, with whatever team they've got going on at the moment. Yeah, I don't think they care.
oh, surely they do care.
Nah.
They just don't want to spend $1.13 billion.
Of course.
But it's for your own brand new stadium, though. Like 1 billion is, I feel like, a lot more palatable than 6 for a roof.
Yep.
Putting it into perspective, I guess.
Mm.
Money includes 375 million from the state via borrowings, 240 million federal, and 15 million from the AFL.
Cough up AFL.
15 mil only from the AFL. Jesus. Just save some money instead of paying. How much is Snoop Dogg
He's probably on $1 million.
paid to perform at the AFL Grand Final this year? I'll see you, Charles. Have a good night, my friend.
Charles, have a good day. Have a good day tomorrow as well, being the grand
Indeed.
final. Sorry, grand final day off, but I don't think you're in Victoria, so maybe you don't have the day off.
They're paying Snoop Dogg $2 million.
Yeah, makes sense. I think he charges like from memory, I saw an interview with him, charges like $500K or something to be on someone's album. So to have him go and play at the MCG, I think like he's getting a payday, no doubt. I'm surprised it's not more, to be honest.
How much is it to put a carport over the top of the MC? Then we can finally have some easy car park. Yeah, 100%. Oh God, this is Eddie. Eddie says they can do it for $1 billion. It's like a retractable umbrella design. He is a lunatic. If anything, that is even more complex. A retractable umbrella over the MCG. I know they say Eddie Maguire is the ideas man. But if you smoke enough, I reckon you can get other crazy ideas. Just talk to Snoop Dogg. He'll tell you all about his ideas. What the hell? This guy is bonkers. It's the Greens and the Nationals who don't want it. They have a hung parliament in Tasmania.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Classic Tasmania. Classic Tasmania. I'll be at Suncorp Stadium on
they
Sunday.
Don't care about sports. The Greenies. Anything against sport. If it was the AFL was building an arts centre, they wouldn't complain.
Exactly, 100%. Oh, wow. Suncorp Stadium on Sunday for Broncos v Panthers. Broncos trying to stop a 5-peat. A 5-peat. Wow.
Yep.
The Panthers are top-notch. Who are the
pretty good.
Who are the Panthers exactly?
Penrith.
Penrith.
Mm-hmm.
The Penrith Panthers.
Mm-hmm.
Penrith. Where's Penrith?
In Sydney.
Not bad. Good for them. Yeah, as you can tell, I know absolutely nothing about
Sydney. True doesn't know much about Sydney either.
Brisbane Broncos. Yeah. I know the Broncos. I know Brisbane are the Broncos, but I just had no idea who the Panthers. I can 100% guarantee that I would easily plan a weekend trip to Tassie to see a game. 100%, bro. Like, why would you not?
I won't be because North is not playing there anymore. So there you go.
No, but if you were to go and play against Tasmania,
yeah, of course.
You know, like, it's just a 1 hour plane. No, half an hour, I think, plane ride from here to Tassie. It's so easy to get there.
Everything's an hour.
So easy to get there. Like, you would watch and the economy would boom. Like, I don't even know what they're thinking. Brisbane Broncos to win by 15, you reckon? Okay. That'll be nice for Charles. Sharks in the NRL. Cronulla. Wait, they're the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks? That's a really long name. It's a very long name. Are they any good? Still, it's pretty cool though, barracking for the Sharks. It's a pretty cool animal to be barracking for, I suppose. Yes, I will first if they get a team. Well, obviously they need a team. If there's no team, then there's no game taking place, Mark. There's nothing to visit if there's no team.
Yep.
But they're clearly building a team through the VFL. You know, they're building a team through the VFL. I think they're adding Jai Menzie to their VFL team. Bless their souls. And then they're going to fill their AFL side from their VFL team. So it will be interesting to see how that staggered approach works.
Well, that's how it typically works out, right? I mean, I remember when Gold Coast and GWS were there, you have to basically play the VFL team for either 1 or 2 years before they get the AFL team. So being able to do that kind of makes sense.
Yep. Norm Smith, Cam Rayner. Why are you laughing so hard, Charles? Why are you laughing at that? There are people who genuinely believe that he could end up being the Norm Smith. I don't think that's a joke. I don't think that's funny. You know, Cam Rayner, he's a big game player. He can pinch it in the midfield if things aren't going well. He's a strong, hard guy to tackle. And you can tell, you know, the umpires love players who are hard to tackle. You know, look at Rao, won the Brownlow medal. So he can hit the scoreboard, can kick multiple goals, can literally win a game off his own boot, Cam Rayner. So
I think he would have to. I think he would have to be selected, to be honest. It'd need to have like a second half quarter like he did against, was it Hawthorn? Yeah, it need to have another big game like he would have had versus Hawthorn to be close, I think.
Yes, the Shark are a good team. There you go. Alex Carey was captain of the VFL team and was delisted before the AFL. He was captain of the GWS VFL team.
Yeah, so I think when the clubs come in, they've got to actually play a year or two in state league before they're available to be before they're actually available to be registered as a club. Hence why Tassie's got a VFL team coming, and then they're trying to figure out if the AFL team's going to exist or not.
Mm-hmm. Who plays on Baz?
Anyone. To be honest, they might just let him go. But Dunkley's been having a pretty good nullifying job at the moment, so it could just be him.
I reckon
one weak player.
Yeah. If I was Fagan, just let Baz go. He's a butcher. Just don't let Max Holmes off the chain. Yeah. No, I just think Max Holmes is the more damaging player. He can actually hit targets. Baz will run, sure, and then he'll just bomb it forward. He will not lace out someone. You know, and in a grand final, the last thing you want is having the ball in someone's hands that is able to just lace out people. Give Baz all the time and space you want. let him kick the ball. Cover the outlets. Don't let Grind Myers kick the ball. If you're Brisbane, you much prefer Baz with the ball in hand as opposed to the Grind Myers who can beautiful chef's kiss with the kick. Not with Lockie Neal in. Well, Lockie Neal is not playing a defensive role. Lockie Neal is see ball, get ball. He's the first layer of the midfield. He's the in and under ball winner, feeding out the hands to someone going by. So yeah, Lockie Neal's not playing a defensive role on anybody. Need to wear Baz like a glove, or he will give you the finger and say some bad words to you as well. What is this? Oh, thank you. Oh, beautiful. Thank you. Oh, got some shawarma. Get around it.
Lucky.
Get around. I feel like Patrick Dangerfield. I feel like Patrick Dangerfield. Yeah, I'm just sitting here on the bench, and all of a sudden the kebabs rocked up. Basically, I'm doing a Patrick Dangerfield, mate. Get it? I did not ask for this, by the way. I promise. Which is pretty good. Rayner? No, Rayner's not playing defensive role on anybody. Don't you worry about that. You're asking for pain, my friends. Really? Really? You reckon Bailey Smith is really going to just break the game open and be the match winner? Who do they have that can run with him? No one can run with him. The guy who probably does do the accountability is Berry, and he's out. So if anything, this could just be a game where it's back your system, back your players to go and do their thing. Because what's Bailey Smith going to do if he doesn't have the ball in his hands? Nothing. He's not a defensive player. He's not a defensive runner. Yeah, exactly. You can't run with him. 100% what I'm saying. You can't. He is a madman. But without the ball in his hands, he's as threatening as a field of daisies. He can't do anything to you if he doesn't have the ball in his hands. So if anything, just back in your system to win the ball at the source and get the ball forward. Put their backline under pressure without Tom Stewart. Repeat inside forward 50s. Really try and choke it up. Play a front half game. That's how the game's going to be won. I think it's going to be really fun and exciting as neutrals, and it's going to be heart and mouth for the people who do barrack for these teams.
Yeah. And then it's our grand final, Joe, for the next couple of weeks of listening to shitty trade radio while you're at work and hoping that your club gets a player across the line that makes the team better.
Exactly right. We'll see. Does Darcy come to the Bombers? Do you guys get Tyler Young, or do you get Sarong?
Somebody.
Somebody.
I'm more worried about, more intrigued about maybe not the players we get in, but definitely the players that go out. I know guys like Will Phillips are currently not contracted. I know there's been some talk about potentially a Darcy Tucker and a Zach Fisher going to other clubs as well, and a few of those kind of things happening. So not necessarily worried too much about us and the players we've got coming in, but potentially the guys that we've actually got leaving might be a little bit more intriguing.
Also, Mitch Cleary has tweeted the Norm Smith medal voting panel. Andrew McLeod is the chair. Luke Hodge, Kate McCarthy, Jack Rewalt, and Adam Simpson.
That's all right.
Great panel. Who's Kate McCarthy, though?
She used to play for Brisbane AFLW, and he's doing a lot of commentating, and I think she recently left St Kilda AFLW, and she retired from St Kilda AFLW, so she's got some pedigree.
Oh, your pies look amazing, Mark.
There you go.
Your pies look awesome. Well done.
Post it up. Show us your pies before we go.
Oh, I'm looking at it on my phone.
That's all right. Just do the picture on your phone. It's fine.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go. Mark's pies. Lock it in, boys. Done. All right. I think that may be us, fellas. If you want, there's an AFLW game shortly. My wife is saying, Big J, go cook me some food. I'm hungry. So got to go do that. Be a good husband. We'll see you guys at the very least. I think we'll do the Tuesday show. That seems to be a bit of a hit. So jump on at 6 o'clock on Tuesday. And then most likely the Friday as well. Friday after grand final is when free agency opens. So potentially we get a couple of people from there and we go from there. So have a great day. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, fellas. We'll catch you in the next one.
Good night. Enjoy the long weekend, guys.
Unless you're not in Victoria, then you don't get a long weekend.
True.
There you go.